Good everyone, today's video, and today we have a premium series flyout in the I-153P Jaeger. Now obviously, as you already know, I've made a couple of changes to this series. I've obviously made it so that if I think it's worth it if I think it's worth it, I'll include it in the video. I won't include stuff like event vehicles like the BS-180, and I will obviously include premiums that I own and they are worth it and everything. So this one may come as a shock to some, because obviously I didn't give this thing a I mean, I gave it an okay review, but like I said, there's better options out there, but I still think it's worth it, but not at the price it has. This aircraft costs 950 golden eagles, and I personally wouldn't pay above 500 G for it. It's worth it on a 50% off. It's a nice little buzz box for 10 B and nice for a bit of fun. However, if you have ping over 120, don't even bother. Just go and get yourself the Russian P40 and the Russian Hurricane. Because at least with the Russian Hurricane, you do have wax, but you've got Beresins to back it up. So at least you've got something to actually, well, use for a start. Because, well, the Hurricane does have wax, so you just got to take that into consideration. Now, the I-153P, I reviewed it, and a lot of people came into the comments section saying, this plane's shit. Why have you, like, they think it's shit. And at the BR it's at, I would agree, because I don't think this aircraft deserves to be at 2.7. The only reason it's at 2.7 is because back in the day, this thing actually had good belts. It doesn't now. And obviously, with it being a biplane that can turn on a dime and has 20mm cannon, as well as 8 rockets or 4 small bombs, yeah, you can understand why people thought this thing was a bit OP. Now, nowadays that is completely irrelevant because, well, Sweden, and 113.2 will snap this poor little seagull like a, well, it'll just snap it in half, let's put it that way. And if a 20mm round hits, God help the plane. But we do have the edge in maneuverability, and we do have a good rate of climb. However, against Sweden, which we will likely be facing, it's going to be very hard to actually get a good battle out of this aircraft. Because obviously we're going to be highly likely fighting just Sweden allies. And it's going to be very hard to pull this off, which I don't know. But we'll give it a shot. And well, that's just like how it is sometimes. But like I say, I would not pay more than 500 golden eagles for this aircraft. It is not worth it on 25% off, which would be, if Joe does a quick bit of math, should be about 730, something like that. I've never actually looked on a 25% off, but it should be in that region. And looks like we might be. Oh no, this is an allied map. Oh no. I think this was also the first map where I had my first flight in this thing on it, and I had to learn the guns because, well, they're engine mounted Carlin. Well, they're mounted on the Carlin, so they're a bit harder to aim, but you do get used to them. Now, obviously, we will be most likely fighting Sweden. Let's have a look. Yep, we're fighting Sweden. Okay, let's roll. Hello, monoplanes. I'm the only one who brought a biplane. Well, we can at least... Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the right. We shall fight in the seas and the air till no end and on the fields of France. Is this guy trying to be Churchill? Is this guy trying to be Winston Churchill? I'm going to drop it to 15 degrees because obviously we've got the rockets on. It's causing a bit of drag. I'm going to put it at 15 just to get it going. Yeah, obviously with this changes to this series, I thought I'd just keep in planes that I still think are worth it, even on a discount. But oh, there goes one, so that's one less to deal with, thankfully. But yeah, I just don't get people. Like, I saw in the comments section, a lot of people were giving this thing a bad rep. I can understand why, because obviously I have 25 ping, but like I said, this aircraft isn't really meant for people with over 100 ping, because obviously these Shabaks are very ping reliant, which I don't understand why they are reliant, because they should have the same belts as the other Shabaks, but apparently the I-16, the I-15s, Chaikas use different belts, which that would be a pain in the ass for logistics, but whatever floats the boat. Now, one thing's for certain, this thing it doesn't feel as nice to climb in. I don't remember it climbing this slow, even with rockets on. But I can accept that. That's no big deal. But at this BR, we're gonna have to be concerned about that. Now, we can outturn pretty much anything they have unless they bring along a biplane, which I severely doubt. We can even outturn Spitfires without much of an issue. But the problem is that most of our team is bombers and attackers, and let's be realistic, you need brain cells to fly a Yak-2 as a fighter, and the Su-2 is trying to play fire, it looks like. But would I put my money on him? Probably not. So, yeah, it just depends, but even so, we're going to have to be careful, because obviously with our team being mostly farmers, we're probably going to have to do some carrying if we can, because, well, this thing's got 300 rounds. And with the rockets being the air-to-ground rockets, because these are the APHE rockets, these aren't the air-to-air rockets where you can set a fuse. But even then, I'm not too concerned about it. Right, Corsair, Spitfire, because the Yak-4's rushing in. He doesn't have the payload to kill a base, I know that for certain. But that's perfectly fine. Okay. XP-38, why is he all the way down there? Oh, he's chasing a boomer. Spitfire, Typhoon. Hopefully Centurion was the only Swedish plane, because otherwise I've got no problem fighting these guys. Now, the biggest threat that I've seen so far is the XP-38G, and probably the Typhoon. The Typhoon can turn pretty decently, and it has good performance. The XP-38 is a boom zoom demon, and the Corsair, depending on the model, because we could see a 1D in this aircraft, could be of severe concern. J-22, there's one, but I'm not worried about that. And there's the J-21. Okay. Let's get moving, because, well, this battle's probably going to be very short looking at this. That's for definite. We've already lost a MiG, we've already lost a Yak. Which is just great, because, well, this team isn't looking good at all. And that's saying something. This doesn't look good at all. Yep. The Yak-2 has just gone in to finish off that base. Great. Well, at least the Tiffy and the Spitfire are chasing the IL-4. So we're going to get a nice clean up on IL-4 joke here in a minute. We just lost the Lag-3 because he decided to go for ground targets, and there goes the IL-4, so you can now do the cleanup. And this team is dead in 5 minutes. I can hear something. I don't know if you lot can, but I can. Is it you? I hope it is. Yeah, as you can tell, this is the one problem with playing at this BR. Russian teams are shit. There's no other way to put it. Russian teams are shit. I don't know why the Russian teams are so bad recently, but they just are. They just suck. They just suck massive amounts of flipping dick because they just don't know what they're doing. And look, there's 3 here. Now, out of all of them, I want the Spitfire dead and then the J-22. Because the Spitfire can turn really well. It won't beat me in a turn, but it's still something to consider. And that's why you need low ping. Kill number 1. Okay, and then I'll just flip it over. Is he really going to try and turn by a biplane? Oh, hello. Oh, I'm so dead here. I've just seen the mini-map. Yep, there's something else here now. P400. Okay, looks like we're in a severe case of oh shit. Critical. So I didn't get anything too important because the fucker's still flying. Like, come on. Critical. He's gone. So I mean, this little guy can turn, but when you're the only one who's actually doing anything on your team, not a whole lot you can do against half the enemy fucking team. Oh god, that's the XP. Nope, 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 nope. Hello. I'm dead anyway, so I'll take you with me to the grave. Oh, I kind of needed that. No. Yeah. Now you can see why the Russian Premium Series videos are probably going to be a lot shorter than what they should be. Because I just got 4 kills there, possibly... In fact, is that the Spitfire damage? No. Looks like everything I shot went down. So that's good. But yeah, this is the problem with Russian teams at the moment. They are just complete garbage. No, not leave the plane. Return to the hangar. Yeah, that's probably why the Russian Premium Series flights are going to be a lot shorter than the others. Unless maybe it's the low-tier Japanese and the low-tier Italian ones, in which case they're probably going to be short as well, because, well, yeah. But I still think this aircraft is worth it on a discount. As you can tell, the guns can hit hard, but you do need less sparkles. That's why I was running air target belts. The HE rounds are much less likely to spark. It's the tracer round that you need to get rid of. I've already done the checks on it, and it seems to be the tracer round. The tracer round is the one that's causing the sparks. Obviously, that is just pure tracer. It's not penetrating anything, really. It's the HE rounds that are doing the damage. But as you saw, the HE rounds were still sparking on occasion. But if you get your shots on target, these guns are good for damage. You just need to get in close. You need to make sure your bursts count. Because obviously, with only 150 rounds of gun, you're not going to be doing a whole lot. But with Russian teams like that, these Russian premium these premium videos are probably going to be shorter than the others, which I can only apologize for that, but I don't really want to spend hours on end just trying to get video for a fucking biplane when I've got other stuff. So I still think this aircraft is worth it, but be mindful of 2 things: guns and teams. That's the same for most of these Russian premium flights, so just bear that in mind. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the I-153P, and well, I'll see you all on the next one.